Hey friends, Dustin here with Dusty Outdoors. Welcome back to another adventure. This one's gonna start off a little differently. I'm gonna backtrack a few hours back to at home and show you a few things I did to the camper before heading out here to Camp Freedom. As you can see, just driving around, got the bikes covered in salt, so we're going to take those off. Those are going to get cleaned off, stay in the garage. They won't be part of this adventure, but I got a new pad I got to put in the truck camper, and so we got it backed up to the garage here. And there's the future project. Some of you OGs here on the channel know about this van, and you know I've had it for a while. I just got many other projects I got to finish with higher priority than this, but that will eventually be another adventure rig. Picked that up for 500 bucks. And then because of all the other projects going on, one is kind of changing up the garage a little bit. The old 78 Indianapolis 500 Pace Car Edition Corvette sitting outside. It won't hurt nothing sitting outside for a little bit. I'm definitely ain't driving it on salty roads or nothing. It's just sitting there. But for those of you that don't know, that was my grandparents' car. My grandpa died when I was 7. I still have my grandma around. And I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years ago, she actually she gifted that to me. So that's very, very special car to me. It needs work. Not a lot though. Just needs a little TLC. Very nice car. I'm going to take the bikes off, get them in the garage cleaned up, and then we'll see you back in the camper. Alright friends, I got to start off by getting the old pads and stuff, figuring out what I'm going to do with those. I just started the diesel heater, so the fan's a little high right now. It's on its startup process. Actually, I think to do this work, I'm just going to raise the top. Gives me a little bit more space. Now, I know I've been on a little bit of a YouTube hiatus for a while, but I was getting some stuff done to the camper. I got a new 2x4 base on the bottom, just to bring it up 3.5 inches or so. I'm also working on a possible solution for my low temperature issue with the Blue Eddy. So if it's below 32 degrees, the Blue Eddy will not charge. So it doesn't matter if you plug it in, if you got solar hooked up to it all day long, it will not charge, and that's just not sustainable for my setup. I want it to charge throughout the day. But we'll get in to the new setup and how I want it to work. I got one more thing that I gotta wire up, and then we'll give it a test. So what I currently have going on is I just have the dinette put down into a bed with the factory dinette cushions. I can show you, which are all in need of reupholstery. But my struggle that I've been having is these cushions are just not cutting it for my back. My back is not happy when I sleep right here. It's also not happy when I sleep up there, and I don't sleep up there in the winter because I don't pop the top unless it's like very warm. So I bought a pad off Amazon, which I'm hoping to put here, and it hopefully changes my experience in the truck camper for the better. I love this thing, and if it doesn't work, I will continue to sleep in it and get a bad back at night, but I want to try this pad. So I never put this up into a dinette. I always keep it down. So it doesn't really matter that I'm taking the cushions off and putting a pad on it. Oh my goodness, friends. That is perfect. Like, it doesn't get any more of a perfect fit than that. fits right underneath. So that's going underneath. Oh my goodness, friends, just perfect. All right, well, I'm definitely sitting up a little higher. So this is a 5-inch, can't remember if I bought the 4 or 5-inch now. It's either the 4 or 5-inch high density foam, and the dimensions are either 32 or 36 by 72. And I can put the link in the description below. But high density foam, if you like your bed to be firm, high density foam is what you want. I need a firm, so that's what I went with. Now, I don't know if this is going to be comfortable for me yet. I haven't tried it, but we're going to try it tonight. I am going to lay in it real quick though. It's very firm. So I'll be very interested to try this to see how my back feels. I have yet to find anything that's like really great for my back. Okay, so now that we kind of got everything set up here, one of the things that I learned the hard way with truck camping, mainly just in the winter truck camping, is if you get a memory foam topper or just like a 4 or 5-inch memory foam mat, it's super comfortable. Many people love them. It doesn't work for my back, but in the winter time, if it is below 32 degrees, that gel in the memory foam, that gel will freeze, and that memory foam will become a sheet of concrete. Now, once you lay in it for a while, your body heat kind of starts letting you sink down in it. But just a little piece of advice, that memory foam is not too ideal in the winter. You know, unless you're keeping your camper or whatever above freezing all the time. All right, friends, let's give it a try. Oh. Time will tell. But I think that's going to work really good for my back. I'm kind of also giving this a try out to see if a mattress this firm, if it works for me in the truck camper, we'll probably switch to a much more firm mattress here at home as well. Because my back problems are not isolated to just in the truck camper. I actually sleep on the couch a lot, just because the mattress just does not work too good for my back. But that task is done, and I'm super happy with it. I thought for sure I would have to trim a little bit on this mat, but it fits perfect, so I'm really excited about that. Again, I'll put the link for this mat down in the description. It was just off Amazon. Not affiliated. I'm not affiliated with any company except for one, which I'll tell you a little bit more about later. Been testing the product for quite some time now. I wasn't given any specific things that I have to say. I wasn't told that I can't say bad things. It's just a genuine, they send me the product, and to be honest, they didn't even say I needed to make a video or anything on it. But it's definitely a product worth sharing with you guys, and it's probably not a product that you would think that I would share. It's nothing like any of the other truck camping videos. I'll just say it. It's not your typical refrigerator. It's not the typical, hot water portable heater. It's not a fancy camping light. It's none of the normal stuff you see on all the channels. But it is a great product, and I would highly, highly recommend it. We'll get into it in a little bit. In fact, I'm using it right now as we speak. All right. Let's switch gears to what I got going on here. I've been having a problem, and you can see it. The problem even is right now. See that little red word? If you can't make it out, it says temp. So that is letting me know that my Bluetti is internally below 32 degrees, so it will not take a charge. It will So basically what I've done here, guys, is I got some 2-inch thick styrofoam, and I've built a box, complete cube, for my power stations to go in. I got a smaller one right here, Bouge RV brand, not affiliated, but I did make it big enough to where I can get a bigger power station in the future, and it'll still fit in there. So, and then there's a lid, or there's a cover that just slides on like that, and as you can see, it's made to fit flush. All the power goes in the back there. So my thoughts with this, friends, are, sorry about that, I got a call for work phone call. Underneath the portable power stations, I put a pad, and this pad has got a thermostat on it where it's a heating pad that turns on at around 34 degrees, I think, and then it stays on until 45 or something like that. And so I'm gonna wire that up so I can plug it in to the Bluetti or to the other one. It doesn't matter because the smaller Bouge RV gets charged by the Bluetti. But my plan is, unfortunately, it's going to use battery power, but with the 2-inch foam, I'm hoping it retains the heat really well. So once it gets warm in there, it stays warm, and I don't use too much power, but I'm basically going to use the battery's own power to keep itself warm. It's essentially the same thing that the more expensive heated batteries do, just internally. I don't have that, and I don't have $1,000 or $800 to spend on a battery like that, so I'm using what I got. I spent $45 on the heating pad, I think, around in that area, and we're gonna give it a try. I guess the worst case scenario, it doesn't work, but I think with 2-inch foam surrounding it and that heating pad on, I think it'll be great. 45 or 50 watts is what the heating pad takes, so I got a 100-watt solar panel on the roof. So at the very least, we're going to be hopefully getting some charge out of it. I don't know. I'm not an electrician, and I'm not a solar genius, so I'm just kind of speculating here, and I think it'll work. So what I did was I got these 2 pigtails off Amazon, 12-volt pigtails, and I got them because I already got them once for like the diesel heater that's plugged in, and then also the ceiling fan, and they work really good. I'll also link these down in the description. Fairly inexpensive too, so, and they do come with, I don't know what they call those, barrel connectors. But I cut those off because I don't have barrel connectors. So my temp warning light just went off on the Bluetti, so it's probably warm enough now to where this won't even turn on, so that I can test it. But alright, so there's kind of the setup. That's heating pad plugged in. It's drawing nothing right now because it's too warm for it to turn on. So all we can do now is test it. This is still saying temp because it was so cold in here that even though now it's way above freezing, it's 46 degrees in here, internally this is still cold. So, but yeah, then this just goes. I know it's not the most sightly thing, but gain another shelf up here to put stuff on now. In layman's terms, I'm sacrificing some of my battery's power to keep it warm enough to take a charge to regain that power back, if that makes sense. But I've gotten all the little projects I've wanted to get done on the camper now. So let's head out to Camp Freedom and give this thing a test tonight. We're also supposed to be having like a decent snowstorm, but no snow. I think it went to the north of us. Now I plan to use the fire to cook my meal tonight. So first things first, I'm going to get the fire going so we can get a good bed of coals. I'm voting a lot of this is wet since we are seeing a snowstorm right now. So I'm just getting a little bit of a base down here to put my fire starters on. I'm going to use quite a few fire starters this time because if the wood's wet, I just want it to take off. Now we are in a winter weather advisory. However, I think most of it has gone north of us. That should get something started there. This little hatchet I got isn't really a splitting maul, but we'll get her done. Now I do have a block cut to put these on if needed, but the ground's frozen enough to where I can just hit these and they split. Now this one's going to have a knot in it and probably not split very good at all. Twice. There we go. So tonight I plan on making some super easy chili, nothing that takes a long time. I just got a variety of beans, some beef, and yeah, it's just gonna be like the most simple chili you've ever seen. And then I just got some cheese, and I'm gonna dice up some raw onion to put on top with some sour cream, because who doesn't like the sour cream, you know? At least this Wisconsinite does. Okay. We'll start this. And then I got this handy dandy cast iron spatula that our 8-year-old Freddie made, so I'm excited to try that out. Well, it works good for chopping up this meat, that's for sure. Might have to do it over the fire. Come on, heat up. I can still grab the pan right here. Yep. All right, change of plans. We're not gonna brown it here. We're gonna brown it over at the fire. I'll have to let Freddie know that this spatula worked awesome. Brown it for a little bit longer, and then we can take it off, add all the other ingredients, put it back on. All right, that worked way better, friends. Okay, so what do we got here? We got black beans, which I'm gonna just strain out here on the ground and then dump them in. Then we got kidney beans, which again I'll just strain out here. Chili beans in mild chili sauce. I have no idea if it's even going to turn out good. Tomato paste we're going to put in. I'm a weirdo. I don't really like chunks of tomato, so you won't be seeing me put any diced tomato or anything in this. Okay, let's give that a little mix. Ooh, smells good. Okay, now I have some pre-mixed chili powder here, and that was 1 tablespoon chili powder, 1 teaspoon ground cumin, 1/4 teaspoon cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon brown sugar, and 1 tablespoon salt, 1/2 tablespoon freshly cracked black pepper. So we'll pour that in there. Then I'm just going to put a little bit of water in it. Might put a little bit more water in it because it's going to steam off as it simmers over there. Hopefully this works out. We'll see. All right, well, I'm just going to chill and hang out for a little bit while that cooks. In the meantime, I actually took this camper out last weekend for a little bit of adventure. I filmed a little, but I couldn't film the whole adventure because there was a big group of people that I went on a bike ride with, and not all of them want to be filmed. All that stuff. So, but I'll show you a couple clips from that, and I'll also go over who I'm an affiliate for, and it's just a really great product, friends. So enjoy. So you can see the truck way over there. Here's some other electric sites. I almost went to these over here, but I thought maybe over by the woods over there the wind wouldn't be quite so bad. So this stream is packed with trout. Very good trout fishing in this area. So this is the same stream or creek that we just saw a little bit earlier. A little wider here. Got some geese flying over. I see we got some geese up here at the mouth of the river as well. So there's still some geese there. Then it must freeze over pretty decent. I don't know. I don't think I'd want to be out on it, but I did see an ice shack out on it. Someone ice fishing. So there's some more of the geese. So actually Lauren and daughter Ella are coming down, and I think we're gonna hike the lake loop here. So I don't want to get too far from the truck, and then we're gonna go on a little hike. All right, friends, so I'm gonna chill out here, wait for Lauren and Ella. They should be here within 10 minutes. It's kind of hard for me to talk. My face is so cold. It is right about 20 degrees. So not super cold, but with that breeze coming in off the lake, man, it really gets the face chilled. Well, and obviously riding a bike creates wind in your face as well. All right, we're about to finish the lake loop. What's Mrs. Dusty Outdoors think?
It is beautiful out here, even though it's chilly.
I think it's windy and chilly. What's Ella think?
It's cold. It's cold.
She said it's cold. All right, we finished up our lake loop hike. Lauren and Ella went home. It was quite blustery and cold. Now on to the affiliate. Before getting back to our adventure at Camp Freedom. The thing that I decided to become an affiliate for were socks. I know, it sounds goofy, but hear me out. So I don't know how many of you guys that watch this channel have like on your feet all day job or moving on your feet a lot, but I have had jobs like that my whole life, and I don't know if it's because of how I walk or what. I mean, I know a common thing is to blow your heel out of your sock, and I've always just gotten like the 10 pack or 12 pack cheap socks from Walmart because I just blow through the heels constantly. But for some reason I blow through my right foot big toe on my socks. Like, I know that's really weird, guys, but I can probably wear socks maybe three times before either the heel or the toe's blown out of them. And like I said, they're just a cheaper, value pack of socks that I get. But I did find a company that looked really cool. They make socks. And so I reached out to them, and they were very gracious enough to send me 2 pairs of socks, and they are great. I'll be completely honest with you, the price on them is pretty steep, but you are definitely getting what you pay for. Now, they sent me a tall, like mid-calf sock, and then an ankle height. I'm currently wearing the ankle height. And then here's the mid-calf height. It was no stipulations. They didn't say I had to say good things about them. They actually seemed very confident in their sock. The company is called Camel City Mill. So the top of the sock has a little camel on it. Totally 100% produced, made in the U.S. They got a little U.S. flag right on the top of the sock. It's not one that you can feel. It's right integrated with the sock. Now, these are wool socks. This is they got like a cold weather wool sock. This is not it. This is a lightweight wool sock. And the ones that I'm wearing are this exact same sock, just much shorter. What I like about these is, so down here on the heel, right here, and I don't know, I guess you'd call that the ball of the foot. That's all double layered. And then this part of the heel, double layered. The toe, all double layered. And it's made out of a wool called Ironside Merino wool. Ventilation. Right here is compression in the middle of the sock. The black areas are double ply Ironside Merino wool. Same with these. Now these are inside of this rectangle that goes all the way around to the other side. That's double thickness too. So those are like little ridges. So that kind of helps with not sliding around on your foot and in the shoe as well. Along with all of that in the ball of the foot and everything being double thickness there. It's just great stuff. So the particular socks that I'm wearing right now, the shorter version of these, I've hiked several hikes now with them. So I've been on like 3 hikes on camera with these socks on. I just wasn't saying anything yet because I wanted to make sure they were a good product. And then off camera, I've wore them a ton for work and all that. So I have a lot of steps and a lot of miles on these socks. Now some people might hear wool and think they're probably a little warm. No. My feet have never been drier, and trust me guys, I'm not just saying this because they want me to. They didn't say I had to say anything. They just sent me the socks, and they pretty much knew I was gonna like them. But you can see right here, so right here you can see a slightly different material. So that is actually ventilation. So that's a much thinner and more aerated part of the sock. And I mean, wool itself is great wicking material, so wool in general, your feet stay pretty dry, but this is, I mean, it's a great blend. You got that ventilation on the toe. I don't want to turn this channel into a sales channel, and it won't. It'll always be about camping in the outdoors. But I seriously have been looking for a long time for a solution to my issue with blowing out my big toe on my socks and heels and big toes. And then I do suffer from sweaty feet, and my feet just stay dry. Actually, my feet stay so dry in these socks that they're almost slippery. My feet are almost slippery inside the sock. Now, having said that, the way that you can see the way that this is designed to just match your foot. Oh, and in the middle it's got a band that goes all the way around for compression in the middle of the foot. So I really like that too. But anyways, guys, out of all the products that I've had the opportunity to get for free and try out, I chose these socks. I turned everyone else down because it was potentially gonna solve an actual real issue that I have and that I had. So I went for it. So far, no issues with these socks at all. Feet are always dry, like I said. Super comfortable, breathable, completely 100% produced and made in America, which, you know me, I love that. So when you buy these socks, they're supporting American workers, American producers, and an American company, and I'm all for that. Also, because I don't do memberships on the channel and I don't take a bunch of free products in to do reviews on, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I will probably do some of that in the future if it's, like I said, something that solves a problem that I am having, something that solves an issue for me. But I'm just trying to keep the channel simple and not turn it into a sales channel, and then keep it about the adventure. But I will definitely tell you guys, and I will definitely promote to you guys products that help me make the adventures better and more comfortable. And these socks do that. They got great reviews. Oh, they have a 10-year guarantee. These socks are guaranteed for 10 years. So that should say something right there, that the company's doing that. Having said all that, Camel City Mill, friends. They make amazing Ironside merino wool socks. Check them out. Code's down below. If you get something through my code, it'll help me out. Because I know I've had quite a few people reach out now about a PO box, wanting to send stuff or stuff like that, and I just don't have that. I don't have that stuff set up yet. I hope to eventually, but this is one way that you can not only help me out, but also get a great pair of socks that are guaranteed to be tough, stand up to whatever job you put them to, keep your feet dry, cool, or if you get the winter ones, warm. It's a win-win. All right, friends, it's done. There it is. So I'm gonna get myself a bowl of it and give it a try. Well, I'm getting this dished up here. I just put the chili in. I got a couple dollops of sour cream in there. Just put some shredded cheese on top, and then I was going to dice up a little bit of onion and put on top as well. There it is. We'll mix that up. There's some of that sour cream. It's definitely a chunky chili. Ooh, look at that, friends. That is really good. Again, that was just browning the meat, 3 different types of canned beans, 8 ounces of tomato paste, and then some water. Simmered on the fire for probably half an hour, and I brought it in. So it's not like a 2 or 3 hour simmer chili, anything like that. It's just quick, throw it together, and it tastes really good. So as you all know, Camp Freedom is not far from my house. So I did call Lauren because I knew I wouldn't be able to eat all this chili, and said if she wanted to later to come out and take the rest of the chili home, drive the van over here to Dad's, and I'll walk it out to like that gravel road, but she can take the rest of this chili home for supper tonight. I think she might be bringing me some cookies. Whew, that's a strong onion. Man, that's good. I think that might be my favorite meal that I've made in the truck camper. I got visitors. There's Lauren. She brought me some cookies and she's taking that chili. They'll probably have it for supper, what's left.
They're so cute, just getting their little hats out there.
You got a cute little hat too.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm high vids too.
The boys got the fire back raging. Now what am I going to use to start fires? You boys used up all my scrap wood everywhere.
No.
So now you can start taking all the branches and just piling them over here so I can use them later, next time I come out.
Okay, keep going. You got a nice collection.
So Lauren's leaving to go get her oldest. She was doing some volunteer work uptown today. This piece of property is on the way uptown, so the boys are going to stay with me. Lauren's going to go get Ava, and then on the way back she'll pick the boys back up. Oh my, you're swinging.
How is he swinging?
He's stuck on a branch. Holy cow, you were exploring and you found a hollow log.
And he is in it. It's my hideout.
That's pretty cool, ain't it?
And gross.
And what?
Gross.
Gross?
Gross. It's getting fire ants on me.
Look at all we can see is his head.
My head.
All right, friends, the boys went and sat on that stump so they could wave at Mom when she comes in. She should be showing up any second. Pileated woodpecker just flew over us. There it is, up there on the top of the screen. All right, pretend you're tackling it.
Good job.
There you go.
Check that out.
All right, there goes the family right over there, friends. They're leaving. All right, we are in the camper. There we go. Can you hear me now? The meal that we made can feed the family back home as well. That worked out pretty good that Lauren was going to town anyways to pick up Ava, so. Okay. So there's another new addition in the camper. Check that sign out, friends. Oh yeah. That's actually from Lauren's mom, Helen. We all call her Grandma Helen. But she made me that for Christmas, and it's awesome. I just absolutely love it. So we got her in the camper now, finally. And whew, it's nice in here. 27 outside, 67 in here. Can't go wrong with that. I do have to step back out because I think I forgot my work phone in the truck. Just trying to clean my boots off as good as I can. It's a little bit awkward to get in and out of the truck camper when I got the bike rack on. I'm anxious to see if my setup that I'm building for the battery boxes works. I sure hope it does. My fear is that the heating pad doesn't kick on soon enough or something like that, in which I'll have to experiment with different heating pads. The concept I feel like is going to work, and I don't think it would take much heat at all. I might even be able to go with a way smaller heating pad, because I don't think it would take much in a cube made of 2-inch by 2-inch styrofoam to heat it up in there and keep the heat in. Oh, friends, look what Lauren brought. So Ella made cookies. So for those of you that may not have caught like the size of our family, or maybe you're new to the channel, we got the 2 boys who you saw today, Freddie and Kenny. They're 6 and 8. But we have 2 older girls as well, Ava and Ella. Ava's 16, Ella's 13. So Ella, our 13-year-old, made the cookies, and Ava, our 16-year-old, is the one that was uptown doing volunteer work. So it's a fun family, always something going on, never a dull moment, that's for sure. But that is why sometimes I go on little hiatuses from YouTube. I live a very busy life, very high-stress, busy job, and with me included, we got a family of 6, so just busy. But I always try to do 1 video a week, but I know it's been like 4 weeks now, so I do apologize for that. But here's a nice long video for you, a longer video, and kind of get you caught up on some repairs to the camper, some little projects. So I'm glad to get out here. It was a great evening out here at Camp Freedom. I'd like to get a picnic table out here at Camp Freedom eventually, a small little covered something to put our cut firewood in so it stops getting rained on and snowed on directly. And I have some other ideas for Camp Freedom here in the future as well. But a guy can only do so much at once, and I can't wait to do little things here and there and have you guys with me. Kind of have you guys help me make Camp Freedom into something pretty cool to come out to. It already is, but I'm probably going to catch up on a couple YouTube videos and then go to bed. And we will see you in the morning. Good night, friends. Good morning, friends. Unfortunately, that was not the best sleep. My back still hurt, so this mat unfortunately did not make things any better for me in here. I don't know, it's almost maybe too firm, but I definitely need to give it more than just 1 night before I make a judgment call. But worst case scenario, maybe I put like a 1-inch topper on it just to soften it a little bit. Let's get some coffee made. Sadly, I dropped the little burner part of my jet boil a long time ago, and the strikers just never worked since. I've tried adjusting it. It'll spark randomly if there's no like airflow, if I'm just holding it in my hands. But as soon as you turn the gas on, it stops striking, or it stops making a spark. Got one of my favorite mugs out. The way the lip is designed on that, when you take a drink, you don't have drippy lip afterwards. Ella got me this. I've discovered with that size cup, 1 scoop like that is plenty. So this is Mount Hagen Organic Fair Trade Instant Coffee, and it's some strong stuff. I just love my coffee in the morning. My body just refuses to want to do anything till I get some coffee. This is actually pretty good. I'm not like too huge of an instant coffee fan. For ease and just, you know, quickness, I definitely drink it. But Lauren got me this Mount Hagen stuff, and I don't know, I would say it's probably my favorite. It's organic, comes in a glass jar. I always like that. Anytime something can come in a glass jar over plastic. I'm gonna finish off this coffee and then I'll meet you guys outside. it definitely feels like 12 degrees out here. Luckily, it's pretty calm with no breeze, so. I was kind of hoping to come out and see some deer, so I came out real quiet, but with all the commotion yesterday, me and the boys hooting and hollering and breaking trees down, the deer are probably staying clear for at least a little bit. They always come back in. I'm gonna go grab my chainsaw, grab my axe, load up and head out so I can go to the boat and camper show with the fam. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love having you guys along. As always, to the military men and women, thank you for my freedom. Thank you for your service. And we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye, friends.